Hey guys, so today I really wanted to make a quick video. Hopefully I'll be able to keep it quick, not 10 minutes or 15 minutes as I always like to go on my rants. Just before I end up actually going out, I'm getting ready to go on my my vagina date. And me and my girlfriend are actually, let me rephrase that. Me and my best friend are actually going out on a girls' night, and we're going out to just venture off for a bit, just have dinner and kind of mellow out for the weekend. But I guess the one thing I really wanted to bring up was something that I talked about with one of the other girls that I work with today, and it's just happiness and just genuinely being happy. And I'm finally in my happy place, mostly just because everything is going pretty well. As far as school's almost over, so I don't have to deal with that much longer. And then work is work. I'll deal with it. But beyond all of that, pretty much like the relationships in my life, everything seems to be going pretty smooth at this point. My best friend and I finally, last weekend we went to the zoo, and this week we had a sleepover, and we've kind of finally been able to catch up, which we haven't been able to do a lot recently, just because we've been both so busy with school, and then our lives, and then our relationships, and then family, friends, and just all this crap that we've had to get done recently. That's why I'm really excited to go out tonight. Just genuinely being happy and being surrounded by the people that you really truly care about, and them being happy and them making you happy. And the reason I kind of bring this aspect up because we were talking about relationships and just spending time with people that honestly care about you and don't just want to use you for absolutely everything that you have. I've been through some bad relationships. I've been in bad situations, period, in life, and the best thing to do is learn to accept, move on, and just move on from the situation. Life is not easy, and it's not always easy that easy to move on from either a relationship, just to kind of let go. But eventually, sometimes you just need to let go, and you need to accept that maybe not everything was your fault, and maybe in that situation it wasn't your fault at all. But the one kind of crazy thing that I remember today, just talking about the person that I'm currently spending time with and getting to know, and that I've been with for quite a bit of time now, that something as simple as him telling me I'm awesome can make me extremely happy. But beyond all that was the fact that some time ago, I didn't think I'd ever find anyone ever again, or I wouldn't find anyone as good as I had it back then. And I'm not gonna sit here and bash my last relationship, but things didn't go too well. Things weren't happy. It wasn't all daisies. It was miserable as shit. It was a toxic relationship, and everyone goes through them at some point in their lives. But currently, with the person that I'm with, he genuinely makes me happy with the small things that he does for me, with the small things that he says, and the fact that he actually cares. Finding somebody that actually gives a shit about you is the best thing you can do for yourself, mentally, and just for your life. I mean, whether you end up just being friends with a person or whatever, if you can at least be friends and find a good friend, it's the best thing you can do for yourself. No, it's not all about me. He doesn't make it all about me. I try and make him happy, and spending time with somebody and spending time with like your significant other, it should be extremely easy. And I think that's what a lot of people forget, especially in relationships, especially when you're getting to know someone, getting off new and all that. It's supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be difficult. I mean, it's stressful in the beginning, but beyond that, it's supposed to be easy. And if somebody is making it extremely difficult for you to be happy and be yourself, guess what? It's time to be really honest with yourself, and it's time. I think that's when you can be 100% honest with yourself and be 100% honest with yourself. That's when you can start being honest with somebody else, and that is when you can start growing up and moving on with your life. I think once you realize that being honest with yourself and being honest with them is when you can really grow up and start living somewhat of a life, and an adult life, I guess you can call it, but it's more like you can finally start moving on, accepting things a lot faster, and learning from your mistakes. Mistakes happen, and it's something you can't dwell on, but it's something you can move on from and just accept and move on. And that seems harsh, especially when it comes to relationships, but the reality of the fact is if someone's not treating you the way they should be, or if you think that in the slightest chance that they're not treating you the way you deserve to be treated, then just get them out of your life. I know that seems really harsh and that seems very cold of me and typical, like, girl, whatever to say. No, it's not typical girl. I mean, if a guy's gonna be treating me like shit, then he deserves the boot. And done it many times, and sometimes, yeah, I mean, for the longest time you regret it, but eventually you move on to accept it and you find somebody else eventually. And whether or not that person stays in your life or not, I mean, it's a part of life. Not everyone's going to stay a part of your life for your entire life. Sometimes you can find that one friend that is a part of you, a part of your life for a very long time. But beyond all that, I think the reason I really wanted to bring up this topic was just because I was in the position where a long time ago I thought that that one person I was with, and this is going to sound cruel and mean and horrible of me, and I don't mean it to, but that one person that I was with in the situation and where our relationship was going and what it had turned into, I thought that he was as good as it would ever get. And it was 100% not true. And that, again, can sound extremely cruel and full of shit and like I'm very like full of myself, but it's not. This guy tore me apart mentally, completely destroyed me. And by the end of it, he walked away. And I couldn't be happier looking back now that he did. And to this day, he doesn't talk to me. And I kind of don't care. I kind of want to understand. And he messaged me a while ago apologizing. I mean, at the end of the day, he doesn't want to be a part of my life. I'm not going to go out of my way to make him a part of my life. And I think the one rule that I do have that I think I want to share with all of you is once you have learned to be honest with yourself, with everyone, and kind of grow up a little bit, once a person comes back to your life, if they go out of their way to talk to you, I mean, the first few times it can sting like hell and it hurts and you don't want to, you just want to ignore them. So ignore them. Just ignore them for a few days until you're ready to speak back to them. But I think the best thing you can do is be honest and just, you don't have to give them the same trust that they had from the beginning, but you just talk to them. If they go out of their way to talk to you, go, you know what, just take a step forward and talk back. Whether or not they continue to move forward and go out of their way, I think if somebody is going to go out of their way to talk to me or at least try, I'm going to give them the respect and at least respond back to them and be not necessarily there for them, but at least, you know, if they've got to talk to me or if they need someone to talk to and I'm the only person, I'm going to be there for them and I'm going to at least respond and I'm going to be honest with them. And it's not going to always be pretty. I mean, that sounds like I've wrapped it in a little nice bow and, you know, handing it to you in a nice box. Being honest with somebody can be brutal, and I've done it many times, and that's probably why enough people have walked out of my life, and it's something that you gotta accept. I can, at the end of the day, I can go to bed and be completely and 100% happy and live with myself that I've been honest with somebody. And whether somebody wants to be in my life or not, that's completely up to them. That's their decision. Um, Beyond all that, I think that's all I kind of really wanted to talk about is just being honest with yourself and choosing the people that are around you is really choosing your own happiness and choosing to be happy, and the people that are around you should want to make you happy, or at least if you go out of your way to make them happy, then they should reciprocate and they should want to make you happy. And it's only fair. I mean, that's how relationship works, and I think that's how life works. And whether it's friendships or, you know, relationships like lover, whatever relationships, that's how it works. It's balance. And I think that's how you slowly learn that it's not just being honest, but it's about being honest and like accepting. And it's all about balancing life and it's all about balancing everything. And it's not easy. That's, and we learn and make mistakes and we grow from that. And that's how you go about learning from your mistakes and learning from life. It's never going to be easy, and it's, no matter who you are, it's not always going to be easy. For some people, it's easier than others. And you know, right away sometimes you can meet somebody that you click with instantly, you fall in love, you get married, you have kids, and you die happy. Some people can't accept that, and some people can't find that. Though where I am right now, I couldn't be happier. And looking back to all the relationships that I had back then, I'm not gonna bash them. I mean, they're human. People are human. We were teenagers, young, hormonal teenagers. I mean, things shouldn't have happened the way they had. People shouldn't have been treated the way they were, but it's life. And I think that's the only thing I really have advice for is just once you accept and move on and start to grow up, I think that's when you can really start to share your life with someone else. Um, and it's not just a matter of being suffocating each other. I think it's about balance again. It's about growing out, enjoying life, and it's also about spending time with your friends, and it's also about having guys' night out, girls' night out, whatever. It's about spending time apart and being okay with it, and accepting to learn how to deal without them being either texting you every 5 seconds or just, not being around them every 24/7. And I think that was one of the things that I really had to learn, especially getting into this relationship and just friendships, is that I have to be okay with not having them around me and talking to me every 24/7, like 20 seconds. I have to be able to accept that I have to trust them. And I think that's where a huge problem that I've had in my life, to be honest, is trust. And I do have trust issues. And it's probably because I've been hurt so many times. But people out there have also been hurt. And I think that's what I've realized is that I'm not the only one hurting. And I think accepting and being honest and being truthful with somebody is where you can really develop some sort of a relationship or something, at least a normal, healthy friendship and just any kind of relationship in life. Um, so that's, I guess, really all I wanted to get out. I'm hungry, I'm tired, and I'm just getting over being sick. Hopefully I'll be able to sleep tonight without coughing. I'm fingers crossed. I'm really tired, but I really want to go out just because I'm 20 years old and I want to enjoy my life. I just want to enjoy my life. So yeah, there are some other videos that I need to edit. There's a zoo video. I went to the zoo last weekend. I need to edit that video. I haven't had time at all to even look at it. So I gotta edit it, construct it, and post it. And it'll hopefully happen by the end of this weekend. Not making any promises, but hopefully it will get done. And maybe we'll be posting up, there'll be some random maybe pictures from tonight. Possibly. Anyway, so I hope everyone out there has a wonderful Friday night. I will leave all my info down in the bottom. Twitter, Hotmail, email. If you want to email me, email away. I am more than glad. I check my emails every single day. I will email you back. Is that it? I think that's everything I wanted to get through. Yeah. Well, if I think of anything else, there will be another video. There will be another part 2 to the relationship life advice rant. Yeah. Have a good night, guys.